Welcome to Judge of Ghana TV. Akwa Baba, Judge of Ghana TV. So, our topic today on Judge of Ghana interviews is fire. We discuss the implications of fire with Prophet Somuah. Enjoy the interview. Watch this.
My greatest sympathy to all the affected traders at the Katamanto market. I hear they are reconstructing the market. I have a very strong opposition to that. And continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. The reconstruction of the market must be done by the government. With pre-engineered or well-engineered reconstruct this market, the same things that give up the fire. In as much as it's a very difficult thing and I sympathize with them, the government must take the reconstruction, properly engineered pathways, proper wiring, anything that will make good for a very good market. Act 1061, Section 218 of the Insurance Act of 2021 is very clear that commercial buildings or commercial places must be insured against fire, public liability, storms, and stuff like that, so that we can enforce, government will enforce for the purchase of insurance. Because the way they are constructing, like the previous ones, are all insurable. You can't insure Katamanto market with these construction materials. So our risk exposure is very high. And we must get it that it is a business they are running. They are not charities. If you are doing business, insurance is a very legitimate cost line or cost item. Insurance is not expensive, especially some of these commercial buildings or commercial insurances that are backed by law, that is compulsory, that everybody undertakes. I think the rate is between 0.15% and 0.2%. For ease of calculation, if a value is let's say 1 million Ghana cedis, you use a higher one, which is 0.2%. The premium that is payable annually is just 2,000 cedis. So it's about time that we take some of these things very seriously. The act has been is in place. It's up to us to enforce it. But you can't enforce an act with the kind of construction that happens in places where we all patronize that much. I hear Kwadaso Wood Village 2 is on fire. My check from the industry shows that KJTR market was previously insured, but from 2022, they've stopped paying premiums and they are not on cover. Look at this thing that a lot of money went into it, KJTR market. It's uninsured as I speak with you. We can't continue like that. Katamanto, the government must stop the reconstruction by the traders. We sympathize with them, but the basis...
This is Los Angeles, California, the wildfires that took down many places. Look at some of the venues, Malibu, before and after the fire. Pacific Palisades. It's just terrible. Look at this beautiful area. Look at it now. Fire is dangerous, and we all have to take precaution. Okay. Once again, we are here with Prophet Somuah. All right. So now we are here today. We're going to talk about fire and why it's always a shock when fires occur. I mean, there are fires raging in California at the moment, and also fires in Ghana, especially in our markets. You know, Katamanto has suffered major fire, and Techima market has been destroyed by fire. I hear that in the Asante region, some market has been destroyed. And it's not only markets, even people's personal properties And it seems like it's like a repeat, same old, nothing changes. The fires come and damage the property, and we don't seem to, as a country, to have set ourselves up properly to counter it. If you look at the effort that is going on in America, with even Mexico are involved now, helping them to bring the fires under control. You don't get that in Ghana. Say, Ejato Odaimu, if fire catches your house or is coming to catch your house, it's you or God. If God doesn't step in, that's the end.
It's serious.
You lose everything.
It's serious.
You lose everything. So this the fire situation is terrible. The fire situation is very, very, very terrible. So, Prophet, let's talk about it, because say into me and Shisha Yeneme year. The fires keep happening. You see, there's a saying, prevention is better than cure. But it seems like we don't learn. Especially, we're talking about Ghana. Because in Europe, America, UK, when the fires come, they actually do something. They change, systems change so that next time, if a fire comes, they found another way to control it. It seems like the fire services work. They get help from other areas. But Ghana, the fire tender will not come. When it comes, it's empty. So the question is, why is it even coming? We have a problem. Even the emergency number, is it 1955?
Yeah, 1955, and also 1955.
When you have an emergency, you call. Sometimes they are playing music. I'm telling you what I've experienced.
It will be
sometimes the line even doesn't even go through
at all.
No one picks up. So when you have an emergency, it's only you and God. And this is the problem we have in this country. So let's talk about fire and what we need to do to prevent it, because it's getting too much. It's getting too much. Maybe there's something that we personally can do to protect our lives and our properties, because we can't rely on the government of Ghana, because of our fire service is broken. So over to you, Prophet.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Lynn. I think this is profound. It's very important that we all need to understand. When we talk about fire, safety starts from you and me. So all the time we need to take precautions and also try to prevent certain things, because fire can happen at any time.
Exactly.
Because fire is something that we are living with.
Yes.
When I say
we use fire for everything. Electricity
for everything
is fire.
Yeah. The gas we use is fire. And everything is fire.
Coal pot.
Fire. So we need to understand what fire can cause. So you use the word prevention is better than cure. And I discover something. We have to allow wisdom to speak to us.
Yeah.
And somebody says it's easier to stop something happening in the first place than to repair the damage after it has happened.
That's right.
I think this is what we are not doing.
Yeah.
People who prevent these fire issues, we always sit down for fire outbreaks before maybe the minister will come and say, oh, that this and this. So we promise you that this will not happen. This will happen, and it will happen today. If you are not careful, it will happen tomorrow, because we are living with fire. And fire happens in so many ways. Some of them are the negligence of the people. They are not careful. have smokers, we have...
Well, in Ghana here, we don't seem to have... It's not very common to have smoke alarms.
Yes, so sometimes we have...
so you're not even alerted that there's a fire brewing somewhere. So by the time you find out there's a fire, it's too late.
Exactly, so you can't give 100% assurance and be saying that this fire issue will not happen again.
We don't have smoke detectors.
Obviously, it will happen again. So we are looking for people who will prevent it. This fire issue, like our fire service, they need to employ a lot of people who will be going around in the markets and also checking if everything is okay, because obi betimi anomusa krano smoke na kwa krampo you use to stop mosquitoes and if you are
even
not careful.
Candles.
Yes, when you sleep now, you can cause fire damage. I think the fire issues no. I was saying my knee a bandy young crofua or more be detected if what is happening all the time is it.
You see, we have Ghana. We have a lot of prophets, men of God, and they always tell us when it's coming to the 31st, fire is coming, and the next year there's going to be a lot of fires. But the question that when they tell you, what do you do to prepare for it?
Well,
because
when they say
if
fire,
if you don't plan, you plan to fail.
When they said fire will happen, well, obviously, the whole year is 12 months. So some of the predictions, some of them predict because they know it's obvious that fire those problems can happen at any time. But when you are giving prophecy about fire, you need to be more specific. The fire is going to happen
I think some people have said that, prophesied that fires will happen in markets.
Exactly.
Especially in markets.
Exactly. So you need to give directions that, okay, because of that, let's do this, and you pass the information to fire service.
And they start checking.
And they start checking because
the electrical points in the markets.
Yes, appliances, those things they use because iron can cause fire.
Anything.
Gas can cause fire.
Even cigarettes.
Yeah, but so when we take precautions, the fire service take precautions, then let's say they can use fire detectors,
smoke detectors.
Smoke detectors to be able to detect what is if there's any fire. Yeah,
so that at least
alarms.
You get an early sign, and you're able to quench the fire faster.
Exactly.
Also, another thing I find that in many offices and in many houses,
they don't have fire extinguishers.
We don't have fire extinguishers.
And also, I think
it's the law that you must have fire extinguishers in your car.
Exactly.
So whether you have it in your boot or even some taxis, you see that.
And we have that law.
Yeah.
We have that law in this country.
Yeah, and most people have it when it comes to your car. But how about having a fire extinguisher in your home?
So I think they need to enforce the law, because Katamanto, what happened Katamanto especially, it did not start
in a day.
Former president will say boom.
Yeah.
At least it started at a small place.
And it grew.
And they started escalating, and then the whole place was boom.
Yeah. By the time they found out there was a fire, it was too late. So I think there was also a fire in Avino somewhere last year, getting towards the end of last year, or somewhere. I think.
Yeah, I guess periodically all these fire issues always pop up all the time, every year, maybe 2 years.
So it is. You see, the thing is that we know that fires occur. The question is that what can we do to minimize the impact by being prepared? There has to be some fire preparedness. Yeah, you have to be prepared.
Prepared.
Because it's part of life.
Part of life, like we said.
Yeah.
So I guess I would suggest that the government will probably employ so many people concerning this fire issue.
But
I know it's going to
are there
cost.
practical things that we can do
Well, the practical thing is,
by ourselves?
when you go to United Kingdom, all the properties has security personnel that are always watching properties, although no activities is going. Some of them are building, no one is living in, but because there is insurance covering the building, they have to employ someone who.
Okay, so one of the things that we could do is
Number
insurance.
one, insurance. Because,
the question is that in Ghana here, a lot of people are complaining, because the other day I was talking to somebody. I said, why don't you insure your business? And they said that, with your crash, they won't give you the if you're due the money, they will not give it to you. And so what's the point?
I have heard that.
So we have to be. Doesn't mean that we have to now read the policy and make sure that we ask the policy makers, the insurance companies that look, this thing we are signing, if a fire falls in my house tomorrow, is the policy going to be effective?
Yes, Arlene, then you are adding another job into your job, because things like this, I would suggest that insurance company, you start going there and interview them.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, because we have to understand what is happening.
Yeah.
Because so many people are complaining, so they don't have any.
Why is it that people complain that the reason why they don't insure their valuables and their property is because the insurance companies do not pay the monies when it's due?
That is.
So this is a good question to go and ask each of the insurance companies. Can they answer this question? Is it true?
Can they answer?
Or is it a lie?
They need to come out
because
and speak to the people. Why people are not interested?
It is affecting their customer. It's a customer complaint, essentially. And it's a customer is wary of taking your services. That means you have not explained the importance of your business to them, for them to be happy to patronize. Because insurance has.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if I have
that means
insurance,
that there's a big opportunity for insurance.
If I have insurance company and people have come to insure their properties to make sure that if something happens, definitely they know that the insurance company are going to pay them, then the insurance company will be more, they will be careful to make sure that those damages will not happen, because at the end of the day they are going to pay. So they will employ people to create that awareness
inspect
and inspect all the properties, like UK. Now maybe a security. Once upon a time, they took me to a certain, a building where no one is living, and I was asking myself, so my job is to sleep every 2 hours. I will do a check-up call. If I don't,
you also go around the property.
Yes, of course, you have to inspect it to make sure if there is any fire, then you will call the police or you call whoever your company to. You notify them. So I think that we have to start doing that. So you're very employing Crawford. It's a marketplace, there must be security guys who will be around Kumasi. There must be security guys who will be watching things. And I believe when we apply this method, I believe we will get to somewhere. Other than that, this thing will happen and happen and happen and happen, and every year it will happen. So you have to, this one I am charging you to
go around the insurance
in
Ghana and talk to them and say,
talk to them and find out why.
This is a very big problem for why people are not patronizing insurance services.
Exactly.
Can you explain how your policies work and go through each of them, their policies?
And I'm sure when you are ready, I'll be accompanying you to
that'll be good
some of insurance companies and find out what is happening. because so many people feel it. They don't see any sense of
disenfranchised.
Yeah, they don't see any sense of
getting
insurance because.
But it's not the same in the UK. So the same if you are a Ghanaian and you live in the UK, insurance is normal.
Exactly.
Even when you get a mortgage for your house, there's insurance included. So when you can't even pay your mortgage, the banks get their money back. That's why they're happy to give you mortgages, because insurance is part and parcel of life, and it's sort of inculcated into the systems.
Exactly.
Even when they are building a very big fancy building, there's insurance.
Yeah.
So if there's a problem with the build, the insurance covers them.
Exactly. I think it's a good idea to insure your property. But Ghanaians are not, they don't even understand.
Even to insure your life.
To insure your
life insurance is also something that's not patronized greatly in Ghana.
At all.
Yes.
So something has to be done.
And it's very important because, as the saying say, if you fail to plan.
You plan to fail.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And this is what's happening to us. So somebody will have a very dire situation, then they'll come begging, and maybe BR say, and then Sika.
But the question, the same person who is crying, maybe BR say, the question is, has the person insured
anything,
expecting the government to,
or somebody to come and help them,
to help.
A good citizen.
Yeah, NADMO, they will call for NADMO to come and, pay something for them, whereby themselves, they are not even paying anything for the government. So all these policies we are pleading to our president to do something about it.
Well, this one is the insurance companies.
Insurance company.
They have been appointed by the government.
If we empower them, they will be able to do the right thing, because there was a time no being so then it was we maybe cocaine crown insurance they will be doing you ups and down and go and
but there's a very big business in the UK. At least when I was there, when no claims insurance or injury, when you they say what injury insurance, it's like if you have a car accident.
Some of them.
People will come, lawyers will come and come and see to your case, and they won't charge you any fees.
And some of the cases are not even serious accident, but because they believe they are going to pay, they will be claiming insurance.
Yes.
Deliberately, some of them can even
make stories up.
Make story out of that.
Make it seem more serious than whatever.
Yeah, and some of them deliberately will fall, as if the person has gotten terrible accident.
Yes.
But meanwhile, it's just a minor thing.
Yes.
But
and they'll get some compensation.
Exactly, they'll get some compensation. So in advanced country like America, well, I don't understand why, because I've been told that in California every year this fire thing happens in every year. So the question is, what
Australia
are they,
as well, there's a lot of bushfires.
What are they doing about it? Because it's America.
But then you can't compare America to Ghana, because a lot of these properties that were damaged, a lot of them are insured.
Oh, they don't even care. They can't be bothered.
People have got money.
So they'll
build again.
They'll build it again. Yeah. They'll get it back.
And this time they'll build with materials that are fire resistant.
Exactly. So
because some houses didn't collapse, so some of the houses in America are still standing.
Yeah, because
a whole neighborhood, you see a whole neighborhood, most of the houses are gone and one is standing fully intact. What's the difference between that property and that? People are saying that some of it is spiritual protection was around the house, and some people are talking about the materials that was used to build the house are fire resistant, and that's what stopped the fire from consuming that particular building.
The one happened recently. They said the lady was mocking at God, and as a result of that,
they said within
the instant judgment,
2 days.
Well, for that one, I can't speak for God because I don't know.
A lot of people mock God, but sometimes He doesn't instantly react.
So. So I can't speak for God. It
can be coincidental.
And I can't say it was God who allowed that to happen, because certain things, when you are saying, you need to be very careful, because
creates a certain impression.
You can't fabricate things.
And also people say things like, oh, if God existed, why did He allow this to innocent people?
No, God.
The Bible says that even when disaster happens, Jesus asked a question to the Pharisees. Does it distinguish between a good person and a bad person when disaster happens? No. They can all die. You can be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
At the wrong time. That is what we are praying all the time.
Look,
that you will not be in a wrong place at the wrong time.
The footballer. He had an opportunity to leave Turkey a day or two before the earthquake that led to his demise. But he chose to stay. So your decision will determine your destination. Exactly. So sometimes it's not really, you can't always blame God.
Why can you blame God?
Because
God cannot be blamed.
Yes, it's your decision. He has given you free will.
No, He has given us, He has given the earth.
To us. To dominate. He has given us free will.
Free will.
And so, if you also decide that you're not going to listen to God, because God is always speaking.
Exactly.
To those who listen.
Exactly. So.
And if you hear Him and you obey, you'll be safe.
Of course.
Even 9/11, when the
some people got saved.
Some people were saved because they had a revelation.
Yeah.
And they listened to the revelation and didn't act in a certain way, which will make them be placed at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Exactly.
To be a victim. So it's even sometimes when plane crashes happen.
No, God has His own way to deliver His
sometimes
people.
When plane crashes happen, some people don't die.
Yes.
Because they had a revelation or something happened that prevented them from joining the flight.
That is why we have the Spirit of God.
Yes.
If you have Holy Ghost in you, definitely the Holy Ghost will tell you what is about to happen.
Yes.
Because He's very close to us, living with us, living in us. He wants to talk to us.
He wants to reveal things to us because He says He loves us. And the Bible says that God will not do a thing until He reveals it to His servant, the prophet.
Well,
all of us can be prophets.
I would like
by being close to God.
I would like to rectify this statement people use all the time. If something happens, if God is a loving God, why should He allow things to happen? It is not God. We have the God of this age called Satan, the devil.
So He told Jesus in Luke 4, after He fasted for 40 days,
exactly,
I will give you the world in a space of time. So when it comes to the environment of time,
so
He controls.
Exactly. So things. He has control over this world. If not, when Jesus, he wouldn't have told Jesus to,
bow down,
because Jesus knew that He controls there, because we gave Him that authority to control the world. So He came to steal and destroy, and also
steal, kill, and destroy.
So that is His assignment. So if something happened, we don't see it. Why God? Why has He allowed these things to happen? And it is not God. It is not God. We are living with the devil on this planet.
Because man has fallen.
Exactly, man has fallen. So all that you need to do is to give your life, the life that is in you, in this temple called the body, to Christ.
That's right.
So in America, I believe not all of them. Now, must say, I've been told those who are generous, those who are doing charitable, those who have been going around giving to the poor, they were prevented.
I'll play some of the videos.
Yeah.
So people can see what we're talking about.
So God delivered them.
Yes.
So the righteous will always be delivered by God.
Yes.
So I'm pretty.
It reminds me of Psalm 34.
Yeah.
It says, I sought the Lord. I like that song. That's one of my favorite songs. It goes, I sought the Lord and he delivered me from every fear. You know, so I like that song because it's basically summarizes God in the way he cares about those who are close to him. The closer you are to God, the likelihood of you getting out of a very difficult situation is very high, because God will not do a thing. Because he told Abraham, I cannot bypass you and go and destroy Sodom and Gomorrah.
Exactly.
Because you are my friend. How many of us are friends of God?
So
because
we need God.
If you're a friend of God, he'll reveal things to you. Then that's why people say that Abraham was a prophet of God. He was a friend.
Yeah.
And God wants everybody to be a friend to him. So he can reveal things about your life so that you will not make a misstep. Because our decisions will determine our destinations.
Yeah. So we've spoken about three things. And all that we are trying to say, we are pleading to the government to empower the insurance policies. No,
there has to be a level of making sure that there's some, first of all, the insurance companies must clear the misnomer that you pay all the payments, make all the payments, the plan payments, and then when you have a problem, the insurance company will not pay out. That thing has become a stumbling block for many people to take insurance in Ghana.
So we want to base on what has happened now in our various markets in Ghana and
what's happening in people's lives,
and find out why people are not willing to
patronize
and also insure their properties.
Yes.
Is it because they believe if something happens, the insurance company will not pay, or we need to find out. So I believe I will leave that one
as
for
a project.
For you.
That's a project for us.
Yeah, so that we'll be going around and find out why. And also, we need also to find out why fire service, when there is fire outbreaks, why is it that they
sometimes they don't have water.
They don't have water
in their tenders. Sometimes the tenders are not available.
Exactly, and
sometimes you call the helpline 1955 whatever they 555.
They will tell you we don't have water.
Nobody will come to your aid.
So why?
It happens when even you have emergency with the police. You call the number, they'll play music. Look at that. Sometimes they will never pick the call.
Take maybe 1 hour. Oh, we'll get back to you. 1 hour.
How about when they don't even come? And the worst, sometimes when you have an emergency, you go to the police station, hoping that because that's local to you, that they can do something, and they will do nothing.
It's serious.
It means that all our systems are not working properly.
That is why Tony Jonas will say, in America,
the system is working.
The system is working, and you could see that the system in this country is not working.
It's not working.
So if this guy is complaining, I mean, he has every right to complain.
Yeah.
It's not that sometimes the people feel like he disrespects the elderly ones. But if you're an elderly person and you don't wise up or you don't think, you need someone who will shake you. So all that Jonas is doing is just to motivate the people to create awareness, because the system is not working. Why is it that in UK, if you have a problem and you call police,
I'm saying that
the latest they will, should be 5 minutes.
Look,
the police will be around.
When I gave birth to my daughter at home in the UK. So before the ambulance came, I had already given birth to the girl, my daughter. I think I've had the fastest, birth in history. I basically pushed 3 times, and the baby was out. Because at that time it was just amazing. So, and then my sister, my twin sister, called the ambulance within a few seconds. few minutes, they were at the house.
Exactly.
And they took us to the hospital.
Exactly.
For checkup and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is that the system is working and the hotline works. You know,
Things
but in
are
Ghana
not,
here, things don't work.
Yeah, things are not working systematically in this country because I quite remember
I
when
don't know
my
whether
wife.
it's because of our behavior. The people are lackadaisical in general. Omaya botting, bibia botting. I don't careism.
That is the word. That is the word, because I don't know. We still have a big problem.
Attitudinal problem.
The next time we talk about what we call it zebra cross or pedestrian cross.
That's another issue.
And that will be another issue.
You see,
it's very bad in this country.
Somebody said something. Somebody said that their friend was driving in America. They took a trip. They were Ghanaians, 2 Ghanaians. They took a trip and they went to America. And the friend was driving their sister's car. Their sister said, "Oh, I don't feel like driving. Can you drive?" And when they were driving, they were sitting in the car, and they said the way the man was driving was very different from how he drives in Ghana. And he said to the man, "Why are you driving like this?" You see, he'll be smiling when he gets to the zebra crossing. See somebody's approaching the zebra crossing, he will stop and let the person go. But in Ghana here, you go and put your leg on the zebra crossing that you are crossing and see if the car will stop.
The driver will kill you.
They'll kill you.
Sincerely, we have a big problem in this country.
I don't know whether when you get off the aeroplane, because a lot of people have traveled outside, like this man, you have traveled outside and you're acting different. But when you come to Ghana, you drive different.
Exactly. You see, when they come to Ghana, they drive differently. But you see, we have a big problem. I think so many things we were not taught in school. Number one, pedestrian cross, how drivers when they see people crossing.
Africa no much speed.
And also, one thing I would like us to talk about.
When you are trying to cross the zebra cross, they see you standing there.
Yeah.
The car is coming even, or having a accelerator and also or go speed. Into woody rough or watching it. He doesn't care, and they won't stop too.
And I believe in our subjects.
I don't careism.
In our subject in school, one of our subjects in school is the noise making. I'm just creating. I'm cracking a joke because you see all these motors running. How the white man manufactured it. When the motor comes here, they will deliberately remove the exhaust.
Let's talk about motors. Have you noticed that? I was looking the other day. I went to Nima earlier today. I went to Nima. The number of people who were driving motors and they didn't have any helmets on.
And the kind of noise.
It was amazing.
Oh, dear Lord.
I mean, okay, fine. The noise there comes with the vehicle, the motor.
But some of them deliberately took up half. Taking the exhaust
to make it more noisy.
Yes. And police are not checking them.
Yes. And most of them were not wearing helmets. Sometimes you see 2 people on a motor.
And the driver will be wearing the helmet, and the one sitting behind.
Even you'll be like most of them were not wearing any helmet. I'm talking about today. Today is the 25th of January 2025. I went to Nima this morning. And I was sitting somewhere waiting for somebody. And the number of people who came in, because they like motors, because that is a hot spot for our Muslim brothers and sisters.
To avoid the traffic.
And most of them, they like to use motors. The people who are Muslims in Ghana like to use motors. So the number, I don't even think I saw about 1 or 2 people wearing helmets. In the time I spent almost 2 hours there, and the cars that were passing by on the street where I was sitting waiting for somebody, only about 1 or 2% were wearing helmets. And I was thinking to myself, hey, they don't even value their lives. Already you are exposed. You are more exposed in the motor than even a car. And the car is slightly better than the motor. And you don't have a helmet on too as well. This is the life we're living. Carefree and easy. So it's easy come, easy go. We come easily into this world and we die easy. Look, a motor has just passed by. Is he wearing a helmet?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
And he's making noise. He's not wearing a helmet. Was the person wearing a helmet?
Yeah, they have become nuisance.
A nuisance.
Yeah, a nuisance to the public.
Yeah.
All these things must be checked by the police. But police are not doing. Police are not checking them. They will wait for something to happen. The funny thing is, when you get motor accident and they take you to the hospital, already, if you are not careful, if it happens to your leg, they will amputate it.
Even though amputate it quick.
Yeah,
any little thing, because who cry
already. You see, because there has been warnings upon warnings about carefulness, and also we not wearing helmets when you sit behind the motorbike.
That's one vehicle I don't like. I think I've sat on a motor twice in my life.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
It's a bit dangerous.
I don't like it at all. And I was holding the person like this, the driver. I put my arms all over them.
Because the accident can occur at any time.
Yes.
Unexpectedly, it can happen. The driver maybe will be
going
careful.
Over a bump.
Will be careful about the one coming, or maybe
sometimes you're going over a bump and the thing just
recklessly, and if you are not careful.
Because we don't have very good roads
at all.
These Sakura roads, dusty roads, it's full of rocks.
So many things. If they allow us, I went to
Ofanko yesterday, and they are doing the major roads. They are trying to do them from Ofanko to Pokwasi and all those things. But the side roads, they are not done. Just like somebody has made a pathway and people have walked on it, so it's become a pathway to walk. I mean, it's like they've totally neglected. I don't know who the MP is. I even asked the Pradia. They have Pradia there. Not everywhere in Accra do they have Pradia, but I know that Domi Kwabenya they have Pradia, and also at Afanko they have some Pradia. So we took a Pradia from when I got off the trotro, took a Pradia to where we were going, and the Pradia guy who was driving, we asked him, who's the MP for this area? He said, he thinks it's an MP, New Patriotic Party person called Gloria. But you are the MP for the area, and whoever has been the MP from even just say 1992 to now, they have not done anything to develop the area. Just Sakura pathways, dusty pathways, and everything is like, I can't imagine somebody who's in a wheelchair living in that area. It must be hell. Because where are you going to put past the wheelchair? Where?
So, as darkness is approaching, the point we would like to, or what we are trying to say.
Let's talk about houses as well. People building illegal structures. Even on their own properties.
Well,
and they don't get permits.
Exactly.
And when you go and complain to the AME, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, that somebody is building an illegal building. Sometimes people can build buildings and they are practically on your wall. There's no gap that a human being can pass between the wall and the next property.
Well, these are
and then when you go, the AME will go behind the back, connive with the person who's doing the wrongdoing, instead of demolishing that property, because it is against the building codes of Ghana.
Yes.
They will connive with the person, and they'll rather start fighting you, the whistleblower.
Yeah. You see, the AMA,
and they take money, and then they allow the person to continue.
The AMA, I will preach to the government to employ those who understands the law of this country.
And we enforce.
and will enforce
the
law.
building codes of Ghana.
Because I'm even surprised the AMA can allow someone to trade under the high tension and they'll be passing here and there.
Just watching it.
Watching it.
It's an accident waiting to happen.
You see, high tension.
Accident waiting to happen.
Before they'll come and say,
we didn't know.
We didn't know.
But
and
they
had
knew.
I know always.
But they knew.
They knew. They knew. So I am pleading to my President Mahama, to employ those who understands the law of this country.
The building codes and the where not to do business.
Exactly.
And we enforce it.
They will be going around. They need to go around and check every little thing.
Yeah.
Because my first time seeing this, sitting under high tension is another dangerous thing. But when they give them
in Accra, sitting under and trading under high tension in Accra,
it's accepted. It's accepted. And
until somebody dies.
This is what we are talking about. What is all this noise? What is all this noise for? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense.
And they probably weren't wearing a helmet.
Exactly. So we have a lot of things to complain or a lot of things to say. And gradually,
systems aren't working.
Gradually we'll get there.
Look, the police systems are not working. The court systems are not working. Because the people in the court system and the police system, they are compromised. For a little cash, they will sell the truthful person up the river. And the criminals will get their way. This is the country we are living in. A lot of people are charlatans.
So the problem is the attitude.
We have to change our ways. And I mean, I don't know whether it's the churches we are going to that the message is not sinking in. That makes us hypocrites.
Well, the message,
we call ourselves Christian nation. Over 70% of the population are Christians. They are in church on Sunday, most of them. And look at the way we are acting.
The message,
it is against the ethos of the Bible.
Yeah, the message, the reason being is that, you see, when you go outside, the people need preaching, telling them Jesus loves you. And when they come in, that is when you start teaching them. So the teaching is not going in the church. It's always motivational preachers who come and shout and be sweating and jump here and there.
And it's just about making money.
So mostly. At the end of the day,
they're not teaching them anything.
They're not teaching them anything. But when it is a teaching service, or if the subject is a teaching, then the people will be able to answer.
I mean, things like basic
questions
things that are going to help you. I believe every decent man or woman of God should be teaching their members that it is important to have insurance, because you never know when a disaster is going to come. And because to live is to die. Because after you are born, the next thing is you will die one day. So the question is that what are you going to leave behind for those after you, your family and those close to you, so that at least they have a chance to also have a decent life before God also calls them. So the least you can do is to have life insurance. But our pastors won't teach us this in the church.
Exactly. They will tell you it's not necessary. Build up your whole...
rather come and sow seed.
Build up your whole...
Come and sow seed.
Your treasures in heavens. So,
and then when the person dies, they are destitute.
That is all.
There's nothing, they've made no provision. It becomes a burden to the family. This is the Ghana we are living in.
So, we have mentioned a lot of things. Number one, fire, insurance. As for insurance, you have agreed with me that you'll be going around and interview them and see what is happening. And I believe that is It's very, very, really necessary to start going and find out what is happening. And if education will be required, then the insurance companies should go around and start educate people.
And maybe we can use this channel as an opportunity,
yes.
or set up a new channel specifically to explain the importance of insurance and why people should insure, and also give these insurance companies an opportunity to come and explain what each of their policies will do for the
exactly. And I think they are not coming out, and the problem is, well, the question is, that is why it should be one-on-one sometimes, because how many people will have time and sit on television, or maybe will have money and buy data and go to YouTube or Facebook. So this kind of, sometimes you need people who will be going from shop to shop, house to house, and talk to them. So I want the government to pay more attention on this.
It will help us a lot financially. It will take away a lot of burden on the government. If people insure their properties.
We are blowing the trumpet.
Yes, and their lives.
But we pray that this trumpet,
because if a tragedy happens, it's not now somebody will come with their begging bowl. Oh, government, because I have nothing. I'm destitute. But because the policy would at least give them something.
Exactly. So I'm praying that again. Also will help the government. Take away the burden. Will ease the burden. So I am praying to God that this trumpet we are blowing now will reach, to the president and whoever may employ to check all these things, will make sure things are done.
Sometimes when they say this team oral, operation oral, or operation recover all loot, sometimes we must set up a body for people to report, whistle blow on people who are doing things that is actually and give evidence, or people who are doing things that is dangerous. It's an accident waiting to happen. There should be some certain place you can send the information to, and then they themselves can come to the spot and see that you are not lying, that this person is doing something illegal that is a danger to the community. We need that.
The next time I think we'll talk about sanitation, because we have so many places where we can, comfortably make sure the place is decent. And when you are coming from Abekan Junction to Alajo Junction, there is a small park where people throw garbages, and people even go there and defecate. And all those places, we can use all these places and plant nice flowers.
We don't have gardens in Ghana.
Well, we have gardens, but we are not making good use of them.
Let me tell you, we don't have gardens in Accra. Let's say click Accra and even in Kumasi. You know why? The garden that they've decided that they're going to use as a garden, give it 10-20 years, somebody will go behind the back and go and change the use of that land and turn it to and buy the land and use it and build on it. That's why even the parks.
That is why we said
the football pitches.
The law is not the law. They are not enforcing the law.
No, they are not.
If we have a gardens, we must also employ people who will be going around and be checking all this.
Do you know why the system is working in Europe and America? They have gardens. Look at, if you go to parks, there are parks like parks in South London, Southwark Park, North London, there's Finsbury Park. You go to East London, there's a park there. West London, there's a park there. Southgate, there's a park there. Parks everywhere.
Well, we've left.
And parks are good because sometimes you need to go and sit
down
and just enjoy nature.
Exactly.
Even when you're in the city.
Exactly.
It makes your brain become relaxed. And sometimes you can have activities, even concerts in the park.
Yeah.
But in Ghana here, since we don't have parks, we can't have concerts. Even trade fair, when they did the fantasy dome, because of greediness, somebody went behind the back and demolished the fantasy dome because of money. This is a problem we have in this country. They prioritize instant money ahead of something that will help the community and the people, and they don't prioritize indigenous people. In fact, indigenous people, as I don't want to use any rude words. You
know, as I said, money, Scano is over ruining the law.
The common sense.
The common sense. So,
because rather than encouraging indigenous people to become the people who make Ghana great again, they are rather dumping them down. When you go in the middle of the night, you go and demolish Fantasy Dome, you have demolished so many jobs in an instant. And you have also destroyed their investment. If it's $10 million they've spent in developing that facility, has become nothing.
So, the fact that I'm a man of God, I have so many ideas. If that opportunity will be given to me regarding this, our gutters, I have so many ideas. I mean, somewhere, meet me. I used to me a cleaning gutters, because we always will wait for the natural rain to come down before our gutters.
But the question is, why do we have to have open gutters? But it's good. I mean, I'll tell you a story. One day, I went out to the local store in my area, and as I was walking down, I finished buying my items, and I was coming down back to the house, and I was looking at from down the street. I could see that a truck had fallen into the gutter right in front of my house. And if there was no, I mean, I don't like open drainage, but the fact that we have open drainage in Ghana, that was the only thing that saved my house. And when I got to where the car was, I said, "What is this?" He said that, "Oh, his brake failed, and he was heading straight to my wall in my house."
Dear Lord.
And if it wasn't for the gutter,
that open, gutter.
That's what stopped the car from carrying into the house and breaking the wall, and I don't know what would have happened, because there were people in the house. So, as much as I hate open gutters, it was a good thing that the gutter was there, because it saved a life, a potential thing. So, I don't like open gutters because it doesn't allow even somebody who is sitting in a wheelchair to have a nice.
So since we are not talking about sanitation today,
let's leave it for another day.
Talk about sanitation.
Yeah.
And some of us we have more ideas when it comes to cleaning the gutters. So maybe you will come here and share. And whoever is in charge of, I think is in NADMO.
Even the AMA should have.
But are they doing that? They are not
NADMO,
doing
they're just for emergencies. After disaster has happened, then NADMO comes, because they are the national disaster association.
So why must we wait for the rain to come down before our gutters are clean? If God did not bring rain from the sky. Even if we're just going to touch on it briefly. But even people dumping their rubbish into the if they give that to I mean the agency will employ people to make sure the gutters are not choked. They will.
But it's also attitude now. We must change our attitude.
What? We speak to them.
Look, I always use the example, like people who are outside, like I told you about this guy who was driving in a different way in America. But when he came to Ghana, he was driving in a different way. The same way. a lot of people have traveled outside, and when they come back to Ghana, you see them, they'll take out their tackle and be weaving in the gutter. And when they finish, you say Ghana is dirty.
So the problem.
How would the place be dirty?
The problem is the attitude.
The attitude. They think
that we need to change.
This idea fata say you just so abonting in Ghana. Abroche de yenyesa. I mean, can you believe it? I had a young footballer. He went to Italy for trials, and then eventually he got a contract, and he's playing football in Europe. And when he went for the trials and he came back, he said, "Madam, there's no dirt. There's no dirt in Italy."
In Europe, yeah.
Because that's the first time he had been to. He said that, "Oh, I don't have to keep cleaning my shoes." I mean, and this is a very, very worrying statement.
I'll tell you
and
what.
It tells you how our country has gone downhill. It's a very telling statement to say that there's no dust in Italy.
I'll tell you what. We will talk about it the next time.
We will.
Definitely sanitation or cleanliness is one subject is going to be big the next time we will come here, because maybe fundamentally I will tell you the reason why we are still living in it, and definitely we will still live in it until God calls us. It's a problem. It's a problem. I don't think maybe the next generation, but as it stands now, as I speak now, it will be very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. So let's.
And what's happening with Zoom Lion?
Zoom Lion, well, 2023. Sometimes you see a few people cleaning.
I knew somebody for many years. He worked for Zoom Line. He was like a laborer or one of the people that does all this cutting the grass and all this stuff. And do you know how much they were paying him a month? 100 cedis.
Can you imagine this?
And we're talking about a few years ago.
Can you imagine this?
And even now, they're still paying people 100 cedis. And Sikano Krampo, they are in arrest for 1 or 2 years.
Can you imagine this?
So how's a person going to live? Can 100 cedis feed somebody a month? And even that you are in arrest. The annoying things that
we are not ready to come out. We are not ready. We are stuck in it.
It's like the leaders who are supposed to give the money to the workers are sitting on the money, using it for their own personal.
Because they don't see debt as debt.
Yeah. And they're mistreating the people. When the guy asked for his money, it became a battle.
When the gutters are smearing, kind of, they don't know
care.
how dangerous it is.
Nah. If we knew how dangerous it is, that why do people just come and just burn fires?
And you see people cooking
and they'll be burning plastics. I mean, one thing I don't like is burning fire in my house. If I can get the Abobo yard come and collect it, I prefer that. Yeah.
With all the smell,
and there'll be a queue.
bad odors.
There'll be a queue waiting to eat. How would you get cholera?
We are stuck in it, and we are going to be in it.
I mean, I went to Choco and I saw this kind of thing, Choco, and there were flies everywhere too. Choco.
So from the president, from the ministers, from all of us,
haven't we seen it?
We were all born in it.
And we are happy to be in it.
Exactly. That's where the problem is.
We have a mindset problem.
That's why I said we make that topic another time. Yeah. The president, the ministers, or the doctors, everyone, we all born in it, and we are still in it, and we are enjoying it.
Some of us have traveled out and seen better things, we are not bringing it back.
Well, we still have that mark. You have that mark on us. So when you travel to Canada, you come back and do the same thing.
I mean, today I was complaining because when I went to Nima, the person I was supposed to meet, I specifically called the person before I left the house that I'm coming to Nima to deliver something. Somebody gave me an item to give to the person. When I got to Nima, and I told him that, look, I'll probably get the latest by 2 o'clock. I got there at 1 something. When I went, they showed me, they thought he was in his house. When we went, he wasn't there, even though his car was parked outside. So I called his number, and he said, oh, he's somewhere, but he's coming. So I should wait. So I was waiting outside his store. There's some seating area there. I was waiting. That's when I saw the people going around with motor riders, most of them having helmets, but they were just free driving in Nima, riding their motorbikes in Nima. Some of them carrying passengers happily. An accident waiting to happen, essentially. And over 1 hour later, this man hasn't shown up. And you know, because I've lived outside in the UK and I've traveled all over the world, I work with time. So when I saw that it was coming up to 3 o'clock, I said, I've got another appointment. That's why I'm even doing this recording late. I should have been here earlier, but because of the delay, because if I went and he was there and I got there before 2 o'clock, I'll just give him the thing and then I'll be on my way. So I'd have got here maybe 10 minutes later or 20 minutes later, but because of the delay. But look at the mindset. I'm coming. Wait for me. Oh, I won't be long. I'm coming. Over 1 hour later, the person didn't come. So his wife came. I didn't know it was his wife. So she just said, oh, have I called him and stuff? I said, yes. And she said, she tried to call his number. It wasn't going through. I said, I've tried it. It wasn't going through. That's why I'm thinking what to do. And I asked, oh, who are you to the person? He said, oh, I'm the wife. And I said, okay, fine. I have a delivery to, somebody asked me to deliver this item to your husband. So can I give it to you? And I said, what name should I say received it? She said, oh, just tell him that the wife, you have given it to the wife. So I sent him a text message and said, I've given the item to your wife and I have another appointment, so I have to go. You know, I said I had an appointment at 3:30 and it was coming up to 3, and I just left the place and came. Because when you don't work with time, you think we all have the time, just sit there for, so if I'll probably be still sitting there, and this man is saying, I'm coming. As though I don't have anything to do. Even if I spend that time I'm wasting in that place waiting, in sleeping, it will be better for me. It will give me more health. So we should work with time. This is our problem. Another thing we don't work with is time. I think we should end here.
Yeah, our time is
far spent.
Yeah, far spent. So I just want to say that we've spoken about a lot of things.
Fire insurance. The necessity for it.
We have fire service.
Yes.
Out there.
And how our fire service not improving.
Exactly.
Year in, year out, it's the same old problems.
So
why?
The question is,
you know what your shortfall is. You have been seeing over the years that this is the problem. Why aren't you doing something to fill the gap?
So
it's like yakasa inframumu kwa obientie.
Today you can say they be pointing say I believe this is my word, my last word. We have fire service. And what are they doing? What education are they giving to the public? Have they been going to the markets from here to here and educate the people?
Even they don't have the resources to go to the market. They probably don't have.
So they have to come out and start educate the people. And also,
not just the markets, even our houses.
We need security personnel who will be monitor things.
The security personnel in Ghana here, sometimes it's better to have the CCTV camera.
Anyway, so
our security personnel, some of them, look at the woman in Kumasi who got murdered by security personnel. That young man went to kill the woman whose husband was overseas. And it's a very bad
CCTV issue with Ghana, we are delaying. We're supposed to have a lot of CCTV in this country because it helps.
Even the CCTV in Jubilee House, that became a controversial issue. They said, oh, we've discovered 72 secret cameras. Look, there's nothing secret cameras about having cameras in the Jubilee House or Flagstaff House, whatever name you want to. Do you think that in America, Washington D.C., in the White House, they don't have security cameras there? It's all over this, but Donald Trump is not complaining that it's hidden cameras. What hidden cameras? Look, your security personnel, somebody said this to me and I thought that was a very good example. He said, if there are cameras in Jubilee House, it's rightly so. It's a security zone. There must be cameras there. So if you discover 72 cameras, don't say it's secret cameras. It's normal.
Oh.
If you want to change
it's not a lot.
Yes, if you want to change the cameras and put a new set of cameras there,
it's up to you.
It's up to you. But it is necessary.
It's necessary.
In a security zone, there are cameras everywhere.
Exactly.
So it's not that
myself, I heard it.
Party was trying
someone saying,
spy on you or something.
And Kufuor will be at home and be monitoring what President Mahama is doing. Doesn't make sense.
Are you telling me that in 10 Downing Street, when it moved from Rishi Sunak to Keir Starmer, Sir Keir Starmer, the cameras were removed? The cameras are there.
No.
It is standard.
It won't.
Oh, come on. Sometimes we make party politics become so entrenched and almost stupid because some of the things that people are coming up with, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so somebody told me that you need to show up your face because always guys like and come over na yedi, but the one who is interviewing me sometimes talk more than me, so they want to see your face.
Yeah, okay, we'll sort out that.
So we sort out that very soon. You see her face. So
that's why you should subscribe to this channel.
Exactly.
Because
it's very important.
The great reveal is coming in the future. But if you don't subscribe, well, what's the point?
The proverb says, "A kwanchanya diebe fa yerisika." And so those of you who are waiting to see your face, definitely
subscribe.
To see your face. So we talk about fire. We talk about a little bit. Sanitation, zebra cross, a lot of things. So in conclusion, we want safety comes, when talk about safety, you come first.
Yes.
And I come
prevention
first.
Is better than cure. Even when you're driving on the street, they tell you that you should have 3, think of yourself, be back 3 cars back, especially when you're on the motorway. There's a certain distance you have to leave between you and the car in front for safety reasons, because if there's a pile up and you keep that distance, you can save yourself from being part of the pile up. But in Ghana here, people drive like bumper to bumper even on the motorway. How won't you have accidents? So prevention is better than
we have a lot of problems in this country.
And to be honest, myself, I say I don't talk for talking sake. In December last year, I got myself a fire extinguisher for my house. And yesterday I went to a house in Afanko. They have fire extinguishers and it's like an apartment. It's a big land, and they have different apartments built. And each apartment has a fire extinguisher, a very big one in the veranda, so that if there's a fire, at least they have a chance to save their property.
That's first aid.
So every shop in Ghana must have a fire extinguisher, not just your car, because now the police will check it and then they will fine you or take you to arraign you to court. So that also your property, your house, they're not expensive. The fire extinguisher, I bought a little one. It was 30 cedis. Even in this time that things are expensive, I was even surprised.
So we don't have safety measures.
And we don't take precautions.
So we need safety measures.
Our mindset should be prevention.
Take precautions, and I believe
it will be well.
When we say safety, it starts from you. That is all that we can say.
Thank you, bless you all. Prophet Somuah. Let's wind it now and If you like this type of content, like, share, subscribe, comment, and if you subscribe, because I want to grow the channel, but what's the point of showing my face when the channel is not growing? So the more people who subscribe, then there's a reason for me to show my face. Because obviously you like my comments, that's why you want to see my face. It's like I'm the secrets that nobody knows.
Yeah, hidden.
Yes. Yeah, the great unknown. Yeah, and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, hidden.
Me also affect.
Yes, of course. Hidden behind the camera.
Yes.
They want you to show up your face.
Yes, by the grace of God, it will happen live and colored. So we really, really need you to subscribe, because I think the things we talk about are interesting. Yeah. So God bless you all, and remember, Ghana first, always. Bye for now.
We love you.